Hello, profit takers. Welcome back to another video. I am so excited. It's our last day of the month for trading, right? We won't get back until next week, Tuesday. So for everyone, I hope you have a amazing new year, great weekend. And as we close out this trading month and roll into the new year, I'm excited to announce some changes that we've added to the Profit Takers dashboard. And so I'm going to just get right to it, right? I'm just really excited and I can't wait for it to be released for you all to give it a try and give me your feedback. Okay. All right. So let's get to the charts. So before we do start, I do want to recap real quickly the trade setups that I posted in locals today. Make this a little smaller so we can see the chart. All right, so I posted in here about GJ, GU, NU, and AU because they were all looking pretty good, right? So for GJ, it was 2 days from the peak. As you notice, we have some changes here. It's from the peak, and it was the high of week and low of week. I decided to just change it back to peak, high, and low. And typically on these days, a reversal can show up. We can have a stop hunt, or it can do a continuation play, right? So when I see a low, right, on day 2 trade, I'm just like, okay, this thing is possibly going to stop hunt. So for those of you who were able to trade this earlier, probably took advantage of some long trades, but it did start chopping up there for a while. So even in my initial picture, I was just like, okay, this thing could just go up to this area. It could continue up, right? And then hit this level here, right? This is a major level. Or it could hit the area where I identified where we had a 50% area there. So I marked those 2 areas, that one. And then I was like, we're just going to see what happens, right? We're going to see what happens because this day 3 could be a reversal or continuation. So you just want to be aware of that. And it was Friday. So the actual trend trade did show up, and, it's always exciting when things play out like you want them to. All right. Now, it wasn't like a fantastic trade or anything like that, but it was a trade nonetheless. It was definitely a trade after prices got to the high. And I'm just going to draw out this line here. Let me change that color. Go back to my dark blue so we can see it. You can see how prices just continued to respect this level, and price was in a rectangle, just in a box. So it was just about a matter of time for it to break through. So we had our first break. I guess this was, let's see, what time was that? Yeah, way before I was even ready. But 16:30, that's 9:30 for me. So by that time, by 9 o'clock when the markets opened, this was time for us to start getting ready to enter this trade. Okay. So that was GJ. Okay. All right. Now let's look at GU real quick. GU was supposed to be a day 2 trade. It did play out very well early in the session, right? As we can see here, I did my due diligence, right? Anytime I'm looking at a day 2 trade, I always take the high and low percentage for that day. So you can actually do this the night before, right? And then just mark the area, and that's the area that you want price to get resistance from, so that you can go ahead and short the market at that point, right? And this happened when I was already asleep. So that trade played out beautifully for the earlier session. However, for us in New York, it wasn't really much of anything. There was a scalping opportunity, but I didn't take this particular trade, right? Because I was really looking for it to continue to break the low, but it did not. It just kind of went sideways, and it's just not too excited about those at all. Now we're going to look at NU. It was another trend trade. All right, let me go to a higher time frame so you can see, right, today was day 2. And just like GU, it also offered an opportunity, right? And you could have taken the same thing that I do with the high and low to get your entry right there, right? Or you could have measured because it had a very nice retracement, right? It got real clear for us. Would have put you right at this, right about the same spot there, 50%. Okay. Again, it did not offer much of a trade for us in New York, so it wasn't anything that I was interested in taking. But again, we live to trade another day. Okay. All right. So AU probably did the same thing, guys. It sure did. All right. Same thing. Played out nicely for the earlier session. And we never did get, we got a pretty decent reversal, probably better. But again, this wasn't a trade that I even took today because I was really looking for it to continue to break down for us. But if you did take this trade from the low of the day, this was a decent 40 pips back up to yesterday's low. Okay. It's kind of crooked. I'm just going to take this off right now. All right. So those were the trade setups that did play out earlier, which, when I marked these was the previous night before. And, we're always looking to be prepared to do whatever it is the market is going to take, whatever the market is going to give us. All right. Okay. So now let's talk about some of the changes that you've probably noticed. Maybe, I don't know. Let me move this over to this side, guys, so you can see. So I have added, now you can see here, you can see some lines here on this chart. So these lines, we're still working on it. I just got this sample of the app just last night. So I'm still working through some of the things that I would like to change. However, one of the main things that I added was the previous day count. Okay. So typically when the market is getting ready to change, or you're just looking to, iron out your trade setup even more, just to know where are you at in the trend. Not only does this indicator help you to do that, but now you can see, like, for example, all right, we're already looking at Aussie dollar, and Aussie dollar is a 1 peak formation high, and it already broke, right? We already had a previous day broke. So when we know that when price breaks the lows, then we know we're going in the direction that we are intending, which is to short the market, right? So the next day will be day 3, right? And this is going to change to 2. So at that moment, we're waiting to see another break, right? Just like we did see, I guess I need to show it. I think it was GJ. Was it GJ? No, but we're looking for another break in the market. All right, so look at this one. So this is it's the new peak, and we already got 1 break. Same here with NU, new peak, 1 break. All right, new peak, 1 break. So if you see like this one, is a 0 peak because it's day 0. Nothing has broken just yet. So we're going to just jump onto that. All right. Nothing has broken just yet. Okay. Because we need in order for this, technically what I would do, I would go ahead and prepare myself for the next trading day. Right. So I'm going to go ahead and mark my level here, and I'll go ahead and identify this so that I can come back to it, right? So this is going to be the area, because today was day 0. It's the new trend. So as we know, on day 2, there's been no breaks, right? Right. So we are expecting price to break the low, right? So that would be ideally a target for me. Okay. For price to get resistance from that area, and then land here in this area. So that's about 30 some odd pips. right? Usually day two trades can give you, good 50 pips too sometimes, right? But again, take what your market is going to give you. And this is NZCAD, so I don't know that it gives a lot of pips anyway. Okay, it's like 58 pips on average. So this will be the target coming from a stop hunt high, right? So right now the market's just closed. It's blank, right? You can see that this area here is also blank for the end of day because it closed in the middle, right? So we don't really know what price is going to do just yet. I mean, honestly, we never really know, but we just like to be prepared. But nonetheless, this is what I'm looking for. When the market's open, it's going to change to a 1, and I'm going to be looking for a break, okay? Now, UJ is showing 2 days, but only 1 break. So that's just telling me that we didn't get a break in structure today, right? We got the low, and this is why I was telling you, when prices get all the way down to the low on a day 2, right? Perhaps the next day you're going to have a pretty decent reversal trade to take, to the high, and then you should be able to get a decent stop hunt, high drop trade. But this one did not break the low. Okay, it didn't even get close to it. So this might take a few more days, right? Because we know that the market can break structure 3 times and then get ready to give us a reversal or maybe even a trend trade, or it can take 10 days to do it. Okay, it can take a while. So I come here and I'm looking, okay, so technically when the market comes back to trading, this is going to be a 3 peak formation high, and it's still going to show 1 break. So guess what? I'm looking for it to break for the second one. So this is definitely a pair that I'm going to want to trade. So is that going to be your trading strategy? Is that going to be, and you can develop your strategy, right? So you can base how many breaks have occurred, and that's when you're going to get in and say, yeah, that's the kind of trade I'm looking for. I'm looking for that second break in structure because we only had 1 so far. You see how this is a dynamite update to the profit takers dashboard, right? See how amazing that's going to be for you. Okay, so you're probably wondering, okay, look at the dollar Swiss. I did a nice presentation on this and I posted it in the locals today. So let's just go to it. There's no need for me to recreate the wheel here. So you can see here that the dollar Swiss, let me go ahead and get over to that side. It is showing us that it's maxed out, right? We can see that it's exceeded the ADR. It didn't necessarily change the trend just yet. We're still down. It says 8 days, right, from the peak, which is 9 days of the actual peak. It's broken 5 times, right? And you're like, why is it 5 when usually it's supposed to be 3, right? So let me show you. Okay. So I drew this out really nicely. So here, guys, you can see that this is the dollar Swissy that I'm looking at right here. You can see the 8 days that it's from the peak. Okay. And here's where the market broke first, right? We had our first break of structure, our second one, and then our third one. So what happened after the third break of structure? We were expecting prices to go long, but it didn't go long, guys. We got resistance and then price just reset. Okay, so that happens all the time. And when you see these markets that go on and on for days, right? So what do you do now? You just start over. You start the count over. So you know when you're seeing 5, you know that this thing is expecting to break it at least one more time, right? That's what we're expecting. So we've already had one beautiful break here that happened. Looks like that was the 27th. And then we had another break yesterday. And then today it just, we had a nice opportunity in the earlier session. However, for New York, it was just, again, it was a hot mess. And did it break this structure here? No, it did not, right? Didn't even get close. So I'm looking for this thing to go down one more time, either get to this area, to this level, and, go under it a little bit and then fail. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what I'm looking for. Okay. So then I'm not trying to get in these trades, trying to go long and it's not even ready, right? Because we still got to break this thing one more time. So that's exactly what I mean by how powerful this could be for you in your trading strategy. Okay. All right. So let's look at one more. I like to do things in threes. So we've looked at, actually, I gave an extra trade setup today because the AU and the NU, they're all looking pretty good, like something may happen, but you just really never know what's going to happen on a Friday. But we always prepared, right? So if none of those trades worked out for you, you just come and you look for another one, right? You just look for another trade. So look at dollar CAD. This one's a 2 days peak formation low and also 2 days of breaks. Okay. And technically, I guess while I'm here, let me just show you the other one I had. I also identified, which one was this? Was that US 30? Yes, US 30. Check it out. So US 30 had 6 days previous day low. Okay. 6 days. So I started the count once the structure broke. Let's say you went ahead and started the count here. It still would have worked. It would have been an overlap. So this would have been 1, 2, and then 3, right? And then we would have started it again, 1, 2, and 3, because this is when it actually broke the actual structure, right? This was just inside, right? When prices was breaking the highs, right? Trying to get where it finally got, to this particular area, a strong area here, a previous week and in month high, right? So this opportunity gave us a trend reversal trade. Now, it hasn't quite yet, this one has not quite yet changed officially the trend, right? Sometimes you'll get the reversal opportunity, and sometimes it will actually change the trend like it did for the NAS, okay? Because as of right now, it's still showing that we may continue to, it may reset. Like, I don't know, this thing might reset, who knows? But let me just show you how NAS actually changed the trend, and it was also a very similar pattern, okay? Very similar pattern to US 30. Okay. I don't think I need to go any further than that. You see the same thing here, right? We had our breaking structure, and then we had a 1, 2, and then 3. And then here is where this was the trade to be in today that made you a lot of money. And you're more confident, right? You're confident in taking this trade because of, you have that extra count that you're looking at. You're like, okay, all right, let's do this. Okay. I don't know how else to say it, but nonetheless, this one changed. So this is leading me to tell me that DJ is also going to eventually change. Now, I don't often always rely on 380R because sometimes the 380R does not get hit. Now, I cannot, I don't know if it got hit on NAS or not because I wasn't really paying attention to that one. I forgot to take the actual picture of that one, the screenshot. But I was looking at the US 30 and I was like, let me go ahead and snap this because this is exactly what I want to talk to you guys about on how oftentimes this thing can give you the reversal trade. It may change again. It may change give you the confirmation that it did change when the market opens back up again. But I wanted you to know that there's times where you just get the reversal and there's times when you actually get an official trend change. Okay. All right. So that was that. Hopefully Stormy doesn't start talking to you all. Sometimes she gets a little excited when she sees things outside. So don't get startled. All right. So let's see. What else do we want to look at? So we looked at UJ. Yeah, we have 2 days, 1 day break. So that's telling me on day 3, the next time this market opens, this thing is going to be breaking some lows, guys. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Okay. Let's see what else. What else? we can look at something that you all, this is very similar to GJ. All the yen pairs often do the same thing, because when I was looking at this as well, we had that low, and they all put in that low yesterday. So it's just got me to believe we're going to have a stop hunt high opportunity for a reversal trade, a 3-day trade for the earlier session. Sometimes it goes on even further, right? Sometimes it doesn't do much in the earlier session, and it does it in the actual New York session, right? But that wasn't the case for this time. So whenever I see this start to happen, I make a note of it, because now this is what's going to happen next week as well on the two peak formation highs and lows, right? We're going to see on day 3 a continuation, right? We're just going to keep watch for that, okay? Let's see. We had a new peak formation here for the this is GA, guys, and check it out. All right, no breaks. Okay, this peak formation looks like it just happened. This must have confirmed today as well, right? Because I've already had my mark here, so I must have been already. I looked at these charts so many times I can't remember exactly when I put my mark there, but nonetheless, I must have put this there waiting for a confirmation to take this a continuation, right? But it did not give us much of one at all for New York. New York only got the short, and I really honestly like to take the trend trades. Sometimes I'll take the counter trades, but again, I'm not a big fan, but I'll take them sometimes, but not all the times, okay? Just my personal preference. All right. I like GA. That particular pair has lots of pips to give. So that's why I was looking at it for an opportunity. Okay. So pretty much just looking at these guys, it is looking like the main one I'm going to look at is UJ. Okay. I'm definitely going to look at, let's go back to GU, right? Because it did take out yesterday's low, but again, it was still a range. I am going to come and look at this for it to completely take out. Sorry, guys, you guys weren't able to see what I was looking at right there. There we go. Because when I get back to the market, I'm going to look for this continuation, right, on Tuesday, because I believe the market's going to be closed on Monday. So Tuesday, I'm going to be looking for this continuation and continue to go short, right? That is the plan. So that's what I'm going to do for those, okay? Because again, like I said, these 2-day trades, guys, that we're seeing right now, that continued, right, should continue next week, okay? Now, I did not take this trade, but look how this is exactly what I was looking for in the other trades today, right? And the ones that play out nicely, you're not looking at. Right? That's just the way, just how the cookie crumbles. Because you see how price hit the low there. And so you already know this thing put a low in. Almost equal lows here. So, right? This thing might reset on us by the time this thing opens. Who knows? But usually when I see this low, guys, I am expecting some kind of stop hunt high trade. And I am expecting some kind of retracement for me to get back in to ride it on down, right? But does that always happen? No, it doesn't. But here's a perfect example of when it does happen. Okay. All right. So I think I've covered enough. I think we have enough right now for you guys to run with, right? To get a really good idea of how this added feature is going to help you in your trades. Right. I'm just excited to get this out. Now, again, there's going to be some other things I'm going to have added here. Right. So right now you can see that there were lines on here, and I guess they just don't show when the market is closed, because again, this is my first day testing out this indicator update on this indicator today. And I was hoping that this was going to show up so we can do some back testing with it. But nonetheless, what we have done is I have added the lines, right? Because in the charting, I always talk about that. You want to identify your previous week high and low, And this would have been the previous week's high here. And then we would have had our low here. Okay. All right. So we are looking for a price to trade within there. And then the other thing we're looking at is the initial balance, Tuesday's initial balance. Okay. So we're going to have a level here and then a level here. Now, these are tradable levels. Absolutely. Like, as you can see, when you see that you're at the day open price and you're at the Tuesday's initial balance low, then you know that's a trade that you're looking to take that retracement right off of. You're like, heck yeah, let's do it. Okay. And of course, Monday's open range. Okay, that's another thing that we're going to look at now. Because we didn't have a Monday due to the holidays, we're not gonna see it here on this one. You can see barely the little separator here, which I noticed that it's not on all of them. Let me see, did it show up here? See, watch, it's not on all of them. It just depended on the pair. All right, so and then the last thing that we're going to have, so we're going to have the open range, the initial balance, high and low. We're going to have the previous month, week, and day showing up for your major levels. And the daily high and low is also going to be there for you. Okay, you're going to be able to see, let me just show you. For whatever reason, my developer had named this one previous day high and low, but that's just the daily high and low. So I'm going to correct that one. So it just shows a daily high and low, because yesterday's high and low, that indicator works fine. We don't need another one, right? It works fine, but it's always nice to have. I did like it today when I was trying it. I was like, oh, okay, the daily high and low thing, it does work out really nicely, because you can also just take the trades from the daily high and low, because on Mondays, usually that's what your best bet is, right? When there's a low in place, you want to know, right? Do I go long? If there's a high in place, you want to know, do I go short? Okay. All right. And then we also added the days of the week, as you can see here, because if you try to add the indicator for days, it's going to conflict with this indicator and it won't work. So we had the days of the week added and it works beautifully. Okay. So I'm just going to have the colors updated so that we can have a little bit of separation, but not too busy. As you guys have noticed, I have scaled back a lot, right? I don't use the TDI anymore. I was really the other major thing. Oh, TDI and EMAs. I don't really use them anymore. But I'm not saying you can't, but I just trying to get to the most cleanest chart as possible so I can pay attention to price. Because I do notice when I have too much stuff going on the chart, it just really gets me all messed up, guys. I need to just see price. So if you can see through all that clutter, then more power to you. Okay. I need to see price. Okay. As you can see here, this is the initial balance, the high and low for Tuesday. And it was just a very easy, when this one, I just added it, but I'm going to have it, it's already on the chart here, but it's going to go ahead and progress as the week goes. And the same as the open range for the week, right? Because those are very important levels. And so we don't want to miss out on those levels, right? Okay, so I cannot wait to get you guys' feedback, right? Whenever you do get an opportunity to test out the new feature. But you can go ahead and test out the indicator itself. You can come to the profit-takers-alerts.com, come right here to start your free trial. Or if you don't want to do the free trial, guys, just go to the shop page and just buy it now. Save 30%. Don't forget to use the code. All right. Use the code, save 30%, and you'll be on and popping, right? This is going to be an opportunity for you to try it month to month, 3 months, 6 months, or a year. Okay. Very easy. So, and again, this tool will save you a lot of time. It's going to help you to manage your emotions with the trade manager, and it's just going to make your whole strategy. You're gonna have that edge, guys. You should be starting to develop the way you want to trade, and you look at the indicator, you're like, okay, boom, 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 those are the 3 things I'm looking for. Boom, these are the only pairs that are showing that. Boom, that's what I'm going to focus on today, right? Easy breezy. That's all we want, right? So be sure to hop on over there, give it a shot. Give me some feedback. Let me know what you think. Hey, if you even have some input you want to say, hey, can you do this and that to that? Yeah, absolutely. We'll consider everything. Okay, that's what it's all about. What else? MT5 is going to be released soon after we're done with finalizing this update. And so for those of you who are asking for MT5, don't be running away when this thing is ready to go. Okay, I'm looking for you. All right, y'all. Well, I hope you guys have a great weekend, a great new year, ringing it in, new year. I'm so excited for the new year, guys. Oh my gosh. Um, and as we build this community, guys, be a part of it, communicate in the locals. We love to hear your feedback there as well. And we really, really appreciate you. And I thank you all, everyone that's watching this video, everyone that's ever purchased anything from me, whether it was a journal, whether you're supporting me in locals, or perhaps getting this subscription to the Profit Takers Alert Dash. I really, really, truly from the bottom of my heart, I am so appreciative and so grateful for you joining me in this journey of trading. I just love it. So with that, guys, have a wonderful evening, morning, and we will see you in the next one. Ciao for now.